people in the desert don't really run for fun. They're doing other sports, preferably the ones that are indoors, air conditioning. So that was really inspiring to get these kids who would only run as punishment to like, hey, I just like running for the heck of it. I had to raise money there was these trails nearby that they normally didn't run on, but I would fundraise just to get the bus to take the kids out and do a little hill workout on trails.
Oh, nice.
And that really did make a difference because they were just used to running on the pavement in these little, cookie cutter neighborhoods. So I'd say just getting people out to different cool locations and seeing where running can take you is awesome.
Hello, Live Run Balance family. This is your boy, Kenneth Pinkney. Don't forget my name. I'm your host, Kenneth Pinkney, to another episode of Live Run Balance Show. Right now, I don't have no format in front of me, so I'm going off my head. Because the reason I go on my head right now, because I had the one and only, the trail Gangstaz, as we helped me out there, Yeah, so definitely, if y'all don't know him, y'all will get to know him. Yeah, so it's a privilege to have him on the Live Run Balance show.
Sure, and hey, rap is improvised. You got freestyle rap, so we can make the interview kind of freestyle. Who knows? Maybe some bars in there too.
Absolutely. So they're gonna be a freestyle interview. I guess I'll be going at the top of my head. So yeah.
I can work with it. Let's do it.
Yeah, definitely. And so fam, I want to introduce you to Troy Gangstaz, aka Little Running Boy. I might say that. And what his birth name, hope I get it right. I already figured out already. He just tell me. So tell me your name again.
Ruairi Moynihan. I got a lot going on. I'm Trail Gangstaz. I'm a Little Running Boy. And Ruairi Moynihan. So it's the Irish spelling. It's tricky. If you see it spelled, it's the Gaelic edition. So no worries. I'm used to it all my life.
Speaking all your life, we want to get to a little bit about before you becoming the person who you are right. The people in social media world know who you are right now. Because you was not always the Trey Gangstaz, the running boy. So before we get started, how we connected is he got that Memphis 7 trail running cap on. And we both part of the beta tested team, led by our home girl, I might say, Kat Breed. Hope I pronounced her name right.
Yeah, shout out Kat Bradley for sure.
Kat Bradley. So it was on like a Zoom call one day, and I didn't know a lot of the people that was on the Zoom call, but I saw Trey Gangstaz, and it's just like, okay, I want to check him out some more, and then I'm mistaken. I check him out and say, okay, oh wow, snap. He into the trail, but he added a twist to the game, and in the trail running world, and so he caught my attention.
That was a cool meeting. We're basically all beta testing these sunglasses.
Yeah.
And we have a running family we're connecting different runners around most of the United States. There might be someone out of country. But we're hoping to create an even better pair of running glasses, or at least sunglasses for the trail. So it was cool to see what you do, because Kat Bradley was like sharing everyone's link. She's like, Kenneth has a podcast, Trail Gangstaz has a podcast, who does this? So respect.
Yeah, they're definitely, Yeah, so I really appreciate what you're doing and how you had a little twist to trail running. It's definitely something else.
Hey, I think just like trail running has its own quirks when you compare it to road running. That's what I kind of try to do with my content, make it a little bit different, kind of funny, different spin on it than you'd see otherwise.
Yeah, definitely. And so before you the person that he is right now, that was in the right, tell the family a little bit about you just growing up, being a runner or not being a runner, or how you got into trail running.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say running has been a part of my identity for a long time.
Yeah.
You might remember the presidential fitness tests. I think they still do those.
Okay.
But basically in your gym class, you had to do push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups. You do the mile run. For whatever reason, I think there was this period of time, could have been regional. We did the 9-minute run. So how many laps you could do around your track in 9 minutes. And I think that was kind of the first time I realized I personally had this, kind of knack for running. I had a talent. I can't remember the exact number of laps. It might have been, 11 200-meter laps around this track in 9 minutes, but it was the school record for my middle school. And
middle school? A presidential test, fitness test?
Yeah, just for the presidential fitness test. You know how.
Oh no, where I'm from, so I'm from a small town in South Carolina, So I didn't grow up. I went to a small town middle school, so we didn't have no track where I'm from.
No track.
So, you run around in the field,
right?
The pigs and stuff like that.
Hey, that might have been why they. That's something else. Hey, that maybe prepped you for trail running and cross country. Yeah, that might be why they did the 9-minute run at some places, because that way, if you didn't have a track, it's just how much distance are you covering in 9 minutes. And I do remember one year, in elementary school, that they might have wheeled it out, the gym coach. But anyway, the point is, my gym coach would say, "Oh, Rory ran so and so laps." As the day goes on, every kid's like, "Wait, how many laps you run? You ran that many?" And then I just got to be known as the fast kid. Starting in middle school. It made me realize I'd messed around with soccer. I wasn't very good at it, not very coordinated, but I didn't get tired. And then between that, the coaches in high school are like, "Hey, you got to do cross country," and that's where I kind of fell in love with the sport. Running, just it definitely helps to be good. I know not everyone has that story in trail running. Some people didn't run at all and stumble into it late, but I fell in love with it early on. I did compete in college in Minnesota, so it was a Division III program, and I think that was a good balance for me because at my school I still prioritized academics. But this, Division III at that time, our conference is competitive, so I could still run at a high level. Yet I didn't have the pressure of like being a Division I athlete, where sometimes if you have a bad season, you might get less scholarship that next year. So I had some academic scholarships that made me able to afford this, fairly expensive private school I couldn't have afforded otherwise. And I also had a great place to run. It was situated in central Minnesota and the middle of the woods. And we basically had most of our runs were on trails. So even though I have spent a lot of time on the roads and track, I think that kind of set the scene for me really loving the feel of running trails.
Also, so you started at a pretty young age,
Correct.
Okay, then. Well, about outside running, also, like you into education, also,
that was part of the journey. So, of course, I went to college. Not, I wanted to continue running afterwards. I remember I used to want to be a pro runner. I haven't quite achieved that. I feel like I've been on the bubble, but had to start paying the bills, pay off the loans. So no, I knew I wanted to work with students, children in some capacity. I knew I eventually wanted to coach with running, so teaching is a natural fit. So I actually finished up my student teaching in Minnesota. And I applied for this organization called Teach for America. And another reason I did that is they give you some loan forgiveness, and the catch is they tell you where you're going to teach and where you're going to be at. So I could put my preference, but I chose Phoenix, Arizona as one of my top choices, because I'm like, hey, I'm just going to mix up. I've been in cold weather all my life. I grew up in North Dakota, across the border. I want to go somewhere warm, just something different.
Yeah.
I'm an only child, but I wasn't afraid to get away from my family and what I
definitely.
do. And yeah, so I ended up teaching for 5 years in the Valley. I was a high school English teacher.
Oh, nice.
That was cool. Definitely a really hard job.
Yeah.
The plus side about my school is the cross country program was pretty new.
Yeah.
They basically gave me the head coaching position right
nice.
off the bat. So I got to kind of
nice.
build a team and had some success with that. And
Yeah.
that was super rewarding.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And that's what put me within range of Flagstaff, which is now a big part of my identity and what I do.
Yeah.
It made me realize I'd always heard about Flagstaff in this town, but
yeah,
in the summers, and I was able to send 3 students to a running camp in Flagstaff.
Oh, nice.
I soon realized, like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm like dying down here in the desert, and people are up there training the best in the world for a reason.
Yeah.
Incredible mountain town. And
yeah.
so, yeah, that's, I'm trying to compress my journey from Midwest to Arizona and now Flagstaff. So there it is.
Okay, that's a pretty cool journey. Yeah. So, but definitely. So, could come to Arizona, as a teacher, then you continue with your running career, and so how you end up going to Flagstaff, from Phoenix,
Yeah. So, even though I was coaching, I would run with my students, and that was cool. I think it gave or rather my athletes, I think I got some respect from my athletes because honestly, except for a couple, I could kick all their butts. I was, running them into the ground, even though I wasn't used to the desert heat. And towards the tail end of my coaching, I was like, hey, I want to play around with the road marathon.
Yeah.
I ran the Grandma's Marathon, back in Minnesota, since obviously that's the area I knew best.
Yeah.
I qualified for Boston.
Okay, nice.
And, I was running some good times. I ran I think I ran a 2:35 was my best road marathon time when I was still living in Phoenix.
Okay.
And, which is pretty solid. I knew people were faster than that, but I also knew it wasn't the best I could do because a lot of the times I was just doing minimal mileage. My long runs weren't very good.
Yeah.
I'd run at weird times of the night because I'd run with my athletes in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It wasn't still enough to get ready for the road marathon. So basically I was like, man, I think I could be better.
Yeah.
And I know a really good place to train is Flagstaff.
Okay.
And I like to go there in the summer months to cool off and do cool training runs. So I'm like, let me see if I can find a way to get there.
Okay. All right. And then you find a way of getting there. Yeah.
Yep. So I moved. It also worked out. I had a partner, girlfriend at the time, who also wanted to move to Flagstaff. So that made the decision easier because we were both trying to figure out, like, let's get out of Phoenix. And it was cool. So by that time, Trail Gangstaz was already becoming a thing, but I think it really grew into what it was after moving to Flagstaff too.
And what year that was?
So Trail Gangstaz started in 2017. I moved to Flagstaff in 2018.
Okay. So tell me about the process, the journey, the development, the ideal Trail Gangstaz.
For sure. I mean, I guess one thing I didn't mention about growing up in middle school.
Yeah.
I always liked, I don't know about you, but I always liked rap.
Oh yeah, I got clear rap. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we do share that in common because that's how we also kind of connected, and we're sending some stuff back and forth on social media. So, I think we might be separated a little bit by a few years, so the rap artists could vary. But I know you mentioned, being from the South. So
well, I grew up, basically the raps, from the Outkast, LA, Cool J, Kumo D, Biggie, Tupac, Outkast, Goody Mob, Jay-Z, Snoop, Nas, So
legends, yeah.
Yeah.
So to keep it even more local to the South, definitely Outkast is from.
Yeah.
Loved I gotta say influential with me liking rap was Ludacris.
Oh
Really
yeah,
like
Ludacris. Yeah, Ludacris. Oh yeah.
love
Ooh, oh,
Ludacris. I
yeah,
mean, he
yeah.
was king of, the rap charts for a long time. Every song had a feature from Ludacris,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
I always thought he was so clever and stood out growing up.
yeah, yeah.
Um, who else say like from the South? Obviously, you have Lil Wayne from Louisiana.
Yeah, Lil Wayne. Yeah, yeah. I was also Master P No Limit. Nah, nah,
Yeah,
nah. I got that joke about that. But I'm not gonna say on right here, but
too explicit.
how they come. But I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it right now. But yeah, I was all into that. Yeah,
Yeah, so many legends from the South. The last one I gotta mention because I listened to him growing up, and I felt kind of, badass because I knew I wasn't supposed to listen to it. I always like 3 6 Mafia.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know about them. Yeah, Sweet
Yeah,
Martia.
I mean they're
Yeah,
I mean they're truly
yeah, yeah,
pretty hardcore, but it didn't
yeah,
really fit anything I was
yeah, yeah,
growing up with in North Dakota personally. But I remember just liking the beats and the
yeah,
way they sounded so confident and what they
yeah, yeah.
said, even if
Oh yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
just, of
Yeah, E42 chart. I know all the East West. No, that's all.
course.
Yeah, yeah. The Wu Tang.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah,
So long story short, let's
yeah.
see. I liked rap when I was in middle school, listened to it. Um, I performed at some high school talent shows
Oh,
where
nice.
I just remember I was like, I'm gonna write a rap for like
Okay, okay.
this talent show and just,
Yeah,
pick one of the beats that people listen to, one of the
yeah,
popular songs. I can't recall what it was. And
yeah,
people just really enjoyed it. I remember it was really important to me.
yeah,
I had to I had to memorize it. So I was like, I'm not going up there,
yeah,
my
yeah.
own lyrics, I memorize it
Mm,
and just went out there and like I didn't mention I was born in New York City, so I grew up
okay,
cheering for the Yankees. So I went out in my Yankees gear
okay,
in
okay.
North Dakota because that's what we saw the rappers wearing. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did this little rap about whatever being from North Dakota, and
Okay,
it just was a hit with my friends and classmates. So
okay.
I remember I got some positive reinforcement,
Ah, nice, nice.
and as I got to college, it's like, hey, I'm gonna do these parody videos, and I'd say you want to talk about influences, then it might be
Yeah, yeah.
um I guess originally like it might be Weird Al, but
Oh yeah.
definitely Lonely Island. The Lonely Island was doing those
Okay.
kind of hits that were
Yeah.
going viral on YouTube, just kind of
Okay.
parody rap music videos. And I was like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought my roommate was kind of down to do that. So
Okay.
we made this kind of fun YouTube video,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
kept cranking them out in college. And when I was student teaching, some of the students I taught noticed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So they thought it was funny. They'd ask me to rap, and it continued on into Arizona. They'd find the raps. And
Oh, nice.
finally I was like, okay, the only thing I can't rap about just being a teacher.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had to find something I know really well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just focused in on running and fitness. I'm like,
Okay.
what's a big thing that's kind
Yeah.
of the antithesis to what rappers talk about? They're
Yeah.
rarely talking about being healthy, running, and physical exercise. So I really lasered in on that.
Okay. Okay.
And that's kind of where I decided, hey, I got to create a new channel
Okay.
out of the name Trail Gangstaz.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I kind of shaped it and
Yeah.
did this separate venture with the rap lyrics. And
Okay.
yeah,
So we first started, we come up with that ideal. Could you imagine what it is right now today? When you first started?
probably not, to be honest.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I thought it'd be really cool if I could have a career related to running. I
Yeah.
didn't necessarily think I'd start a business or
Yeah.
make it an LLC and have to be doing paperwork and putting on
Yeah.
events. But
Yeah. Yeah.
no, originally I was just, I made this one other video that's kind of key to the origin story is
Yeah.
um, just with a couple of friends in Phoenix, we
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of filmed this video called That's So Trail, which
Okay.
is a parody of Eminem's Without Me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I just incorporated all these scenes of the Phoenix running scene
Yeah.
and just what trail running was like in general. And the
Okay.
whole hashtag was That's So Trail,
Okay.
if you have to.
Could you kick it? Could you kick some bars to that? You could.
Ooh, the original. Oh man.
But you
Let's see.
could. No pressure.
What's one? It's like I'm feeling so fine like summer sunshine. I'm a runner in my prime, down for a fun time. Da 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 da. Yeah, that's kind of
Okay.
a middle
Okay.
middle
o-
bar.
Okay. Okay. That's
Um,
cool. That's cool.
God, that's like circa 2017.
Okay.
Um, but anyway, that one got picked up by some of the, I guess you could call running blogs, and Runner's World
Yeah.
actually, I think
Nice.
it was on Facebook Messenger, because that's where we're doing a lot. They
Okay.
said, hey, can we like feature your story? And
Yeah.
one of the, reporters called me up on the phone and asked for
Nice.
more background on the song and what
Okay.
it's about. So that really gave us a push
Yeah.
on YouTube, where people are sharing the video.
Yeah.
Um, I had a friend actually, um, my ex, who I mentioned, she was
Yeah.
working for a t-shirt printing company at the time. So she helped us make some shirts, and we were selling shirts related to it. So I guess that's
Nice.
maybe when I was like, this kind of this is a business model,
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously it's mostly for fun, but if I could
Yeah.
make a living off it,
Yeah.
would be cool too.
And no doubt that definitely, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So and not just you. So you got a team around you, correct? You know.
Um, that's a whole story too.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Friends, business partners change, I guess,
Yeah.
to keep it simple. It's a one-man show right now.
Okay. Okay. I got you.
It is. It is. I definitely, I think people who know me, I'd have to shout out Crystal Hernandez, because she still helps me with logo production. So,
Okay.
the good thing about, us being exes is that we're on good terms, and we've,
Yeah.
there's always that rough part of a breakup, right? And it's even
Yeah.
tougher when you have a link with the business. So,
Yeah.
our friends did know we were going through that.
Yeah.
And first of all, we were, uh, trying our best to do it peacefully. And second of all, we realized we had some
Yeah.
inner workings of the business to sort out. And
Okay.
essentially it just made sense for me to kind of take over and continue it. I
Okay.
think I had started it originally, so I think that was fair. And now really it's just me. I can't say I don't have help from other people, because I have roommates who know, like,
Yeah.
a big feature is I try to do a freestyle Friday, which is
Yeah.
not always a true freestyle, but I'll do a rap
Okay.
every Friday if I can.
Yeah.
And people know I'll be at like a group run. I'll be like, hey, I know we just got done running. Like, I have my tripod in the car. Do you think you could help me film a video clip? And then if I wrote them like the day before, I mean, to be honest, it is hard to freestyle every week. I'll usually have the lyrics written.
Okay.
And I'll kind of do 4 lines at a time.
Yeah. Okay.
My friend or roommate is holding the camera.
Yeah.
We could be at some random park, or maybe we're on a mountain.
Okay.
And I kind of, edit the clips together, and by end of that week, I gotta, crank it out. So I guess I gotta give props to those friends who are helping me film. And
No doubt.
I do have people who send me ideas for like memes.
Oh, for real?
I've kind of gotten into the meme account business a little bit. I want to be way more than a meme account, but
Okay.
I realize it's a way to get visibility. So I have friends who just send me funny ideas. They'll be like, hey, change this meme to running. So I got to give props to those people too.
Oh, okay. So we be out there on trails and doing the rhymes or whatever, and people come by and see you. You get like a look, it's like, what is he doing? Or whatever,
It depends.
Yeah.
If it's on the trails, usually people are just kind of in their own zone and doing whatever. If it's in town, like I did a rap for the Cocodona 250.
Yeah.
That was right downtown in the square. So there's definitely some people looking at me. Sometimes they'll ask what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I got to be careful, because I still substitute teach. I don't teach full time. But I recognize some students around town. So sometimes they might be like, hey, is that Mr. Moynihan, or is that Mr. Ruairi? And other kids will ask, like, hey, do you have a YouTube channel? Or like, what is it? Can I look it up?
That's
for the most part, it's
cool.
it's nice.
Yeah.
Nothing too weird.
Okay. And so you want to talk about the 2020, the Olympics. So you try to I got you work on quarter-5 for the 2020 Olympics, So how would that experience to have the opportunity to try out for 2020?
Oh yeah, that was yeah, it took up a lot of my time, and I guess that would be a factor in why I moved to Arizona,
Okay.
to Flagstaff rather.
Yeah.
Was I kind of knew there was this time out there. I'd heard of maybe friends or people. One person I went to college with, or actually, sorry, who was on my college cross country team but graduated a year or two earlier.
Yeah.
Had been to the Olympic trials, so I kind of knew, okay, if I can run like a 220 or faster, I think it was 219 at the time.
Okay.
I could get to the Olympic trials.
Okay.
Obviously, it doesn't mean you're on the team.
Yeah.
You might be one of 300 people on the line.
Yeah.
And you might get dead last, but I'm like, hey, I want to get to the Olympic trials to say.
Okay.
So I had two roommates that I met pretty randomly, actually, and lucky for me, they had the same goal, and they were actually much faster. So those two roommates, and they actually, one of them started dating a girl who was also, they met at the Olympic trials. So basically right now I have three roommates who have all made the Olympic trials in 2020.
Oh, wow.
So when I went to Atlanta in 2020, I watched all three of them compete. It was a little bit because I wanted to run with them.
Yeah.
I was super proud of them. So my roommate Dylan Bellis is a 2:16 marathoner. My other roommate Craig Hunt is a 2:15 marathoner.
Oh, man.
And then Dylan's girlfriend Megan Cunningham ran like, whatever the standard was. I think she might have run like low 240.
Okay.
To get the girls standard. So
yeah.
That's the best part about flag. I have no problem being beaten by other people. If it makes me better.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather do that than be a kind of a big fish in a small pond. Like, honestly, in Phoenix, sometimes I felt like I could win a road race in Phoenix.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wasn't necessarily getting better down there. Not to get on the running scene.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all to be the best, to be who you could be, you got to run or train to compete with the best, order for you to become better, and that would take for me when I first got started to trail running. I mean, really training, I had to like get a coach, had to like train with some of the best, and get pushed, and get pushed a little bit, Yeah. So I mean, it can work in the opposite. Some people are intimidated by Flagstaff because they're like, oh, everyone's so fast. You go to the group run. And everyone's way faster than me, or they're pro. But it just depends how you look at it. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like that for a lot of people, like even here, it's this group, Shout out to Para Bravos in the South Bay, Chula Vista, San Diego. Para Bravos, oh man, they're fast, And some people get intimidated, by them, but that did great. I enjoyed running with them. I had the chance, and they pushed me. I got pushed, Well, but it was good, but needed that, sometimes.
Yeah, and even if you're not running with them, maybe you only run with them for the first part of the run, but the fact they're even there showing up kind of gives it another, layer of just challenge. We're like, hey, these guys are working hard. You may not be there step for step, but it kind of pulls the whole group along a little faster, and you can see what's possible.
Yeah, definitely, So a lot of people know about trail running, know about Flagstaff. Also, about, Jam, Jamal Curry, we've got going on. You got a connection with him and the group, you're part of the team.
Love Aravaipa. I mean, honestly, if I want to mention people who have helped me, I am a one-man show. Aravaipa has done so much for me in terms of, just getting me into trail running, do their events, showing me what it takes to put on a good race.
Nice.
I mean, Jamil was, a reason I even created Trail Gangstaz, because I'm like, this guy has a YouTube channel all about trail running, and he's doing cool stuff with it. His content's different.
Yeah.
So really, he, and I've asked his advice for stuff on videos, ideas, events, races, and like I said, speaking of being inspired by other people, he showed me what's possible. I mean, they're
nice.
I don't know if they're probably multi-million-dollar company. I'm just saying.
I mean, to put on the race.
I don't think they don't make their books public, but I think they're doing well. I'm so proud of them.
Oh yeah, to put on the race, the Cocodona 250, the past couple of years, the process, it take the logistic to put on an event like that, it takes a lot, to be able to do
Mhm.
it, to pull it off, And I got a chance to do volunteer at the San Diego 100.
Oh, did
That's
you?
it.
Great.
Yes, that's my first time being there, so I got a chance to like see how a little bit that goes, But imagine Cocodona to 50 and all what it take for that. It's like, yeah.
And then
So
changing the course 3 weeks out due to wildfires. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, their team's incredible. And when I moved to Arizona in 2013,
Yeah,
it kind of gives me hope
yeah,
to see what they've been doing. But they
yeah,
were honestly their very early races were small.
yeah.
They were tiny. They did have the timing clock. They
Okay.
maybe had the banner and stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
races were relatively small. And
Okay, yeah.
they had a lower registration fee because they're trying
Yeah,
to get people out. And then
yeah.
year by year, it would just kind of pick up steam. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah,
I'd be at the finish and like, this
yeah.
crowd is huge. And then
Yeah.
pretty soon, people from neighboring states were really,
Yeah,
they're coming in just to our races. I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
he has turned this into something. And
Yeah. So he stuck with it. He grinding out, and just
yep, and I've led some of their group runs because I was kind of there from the start.
a night. Oh, we stay.
You'd
We
think
was there from the start. Okay then.
Yeah, I mean, I saw them very early on when it was Nick and Jamil, and
Oh wow.
probably around the same stage of my business where they made it an LLC and were
Yeah.
kind of, getting the business rolling. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. I know what goes into it, but
Yeah.
yeah, they've helped me and they share
Oh,
some of my videos.
okay.
The team helps because
That's great. Yeah.
yeah, besides just supporting us as runners, they'll also
Yeah.
try to highlight our story and put us in contact with other people and
Oh, nice.
hopefully get other opportunities, whether it's just meeting someone cool or,
Yeah.
some people have even gotten signed or picked up.
Oh wow. That's pretty cool. That
Mhm.
definitely. It great. I mean, it's great to have that support, that connection, just be part of the community. Uh, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine that's why you like maybe being part of Method 7 and remind
Yeah.
me, were you part of a team growing up in high school?
But
Were
man, you
you?
don't know. You don't really know my story. Then I never was a runner in
Uh,
high school. Like that. I donated. Like I donated at 28. I was over shape. My time in the Navy. I'm gonna spend a whole lot of time on myself, but when I joined Navy, in my time active duty and through my years of reserve, I struggled my way in. I struggled to run my mile and a half.
oh, really?
I was at 240 pounds at one point. And so when eventually I failed my Navy win by 12 years ago, and that was a wake up call for me. I got to make a change, not just for Navy, but for life. Being from the South, being Black, family history, high blood pressure, diabetes,
Mhm.
all that stuff, seeing family member leg get amputated, and so that was another reason why. So I had to make a change. So I really get into running, really running, like training to like my probably mid 30s, mid to late 30s around that time. Yeah.
See, that's what I love about the sport. Same thing with the road running, but definitely trail running. I tend to
Yeah.
find it's even more common where
Yeah.
they may have just a mind blowing story of like
Yeah.
how they got to running that far and what
Yeah.
motivates them, what
Yeah.
challenges they
Yeah.
overcame.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just so it's honestly it can be more inspiring than
Yeah.
yeah, you can have someone who ran a crazy fast 50K and they're
Yeah.
getting podium and they may have their own story, but some of the people mid
Yeah.
pack, back of the pack,
Yeah, back in the pack, get ready to
just
party up, man. I got my mantra, and now around be back in the pack, or back in the pack is where the party is at.
yeah, right? Bars, back of the pack. That sounds like a good hit.
Yeah. Hey, it's a big hit where I'm from, in San Diego.
Yeah.
I my folks out here.
But those
Yeah,
those runners are just as impressive in their own way. So
the death play. So
mhm.
it's cool. Yeah. So I got late started to this crazy trail running thing. And so and then the trail running community. They started just trying to lose weight because I failed my Navy weigh-in, and then turned to something personal, and then turned to like I fall in love with the process, and turned to a passion, and now turned to a purpose and just really deliver great content to people out there, hoping to enjoy and share other people's stories like yours.
Yeah, thanks for doing it.
Yeah,
Love the platform. That's also cool. So many people are, able to share the stories of others, and I think that's people get caught up in the negative of social media, but
yeah.
I don't know. When I check my feed, I like my feed because it's all runners and fun stuff that I want.
Yeah.
I try not to let the negative stuff bog
Oh
me
no,
down.
no, oh no, definitely. Yeah, we definitely bring something good. I like to bring something. Yeah. And maybe you know me don't get on headlines a long time, about trying to deliver something to people for that enjoy to be inspired by. So definitely. Yeah, so it's cool. Um, but yeah,
Absolutely.
so I definitely enjoy this conversation. And but now I didn't ask you to add my guests, about the boundless, motivation and thought. I get a chance to let you know ahead of time. But do you have a boundless thought or motivation? You know?
Right. So yeah, when you say that, explain more because I love that tagline. What do you mean by that? Just so you can elaborate and I can give you
Okay,
my.
boundless. Just maybe overcoming, not letting certain situations stop you from being who you could be or being your best. Not setting boundary on yourself. Having boundary is good in some ways, but but being boundless is mean what is possible if you don't put limit to who you think you can or cannot
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I guess ultimately what I'm trying to do with Trail Gangstaz is I'd say continue to bring people to the sport of running, trail running specifically, but any type of running
Yeah.
in just a really positive and fun and hopefully a little bit different way. So obviously being a coach in Phoenix, that was cool to get people in the desert don't really run for fun. They're doing other sports, preferably the ones that are indoors, air conditioning. So that was really inspiring to get these kids who would only run as punishment to like, hey, I just like running for the heck of it.
Yeah.
I had to raise money there's these trails nearby that they normally didn't run on, but I would fundraise just to get the bus to take the kids out and do a little hill workout on trails.
Oh, nice.
And that really did make a difference because they were just used to running on the pavement in these little, cookie cutter neighborhoods. So I'd say just getting people out to different cool locations and seeing where running can take you is awesome. I got to shout out Will Run for Beer because that's kind of an option of Trail Gangstaz. We have a weekly run in Flagstaff.
Nice.
We originally partnered with Historic Brewing, but the main link was a runner in town named Austin Corbett, and he now works for Catula, which is a Flagstaff company. They make micro spikes for winter running. But the point is, he knew me. He met me through a Trail Gangstaz event. He said, "Hey, let's create something that's a weekly run," because I had been wanting to do that for a while. We've had crazy turnout in the past year. We went from our first run was still decent, like 25 people. We're getting 75 people at a weekly trail run. Some people who follow me on Trail Gangstaz in different parts of the country, they might road trip through Arizona to see the Grand Canyon and Flagstaff. And they'll shoot me a message. They'll be like, "Hey, I'm going to come to your Wednesday night run club." So that's just incredible to meet people from different regions of the country who came to that because of our account on social media. So I do want to get into the events and stuff, and I reference like silly videos and memes. That's cool. That's more of a way to create this kind of fun energy around what we do. So that way, if you come to a beer mile, we put on beer miles, there's kind of already this just sense of excitement and fun, like, oh, Trail Gangstaz, this is how they're doing it. It's not just gonna be like you clap and sit on the sidelines. We want you to get involved, have fun, high energy. We're blasting music. Some of those events I'll tie in local charities for sure.
Oh, nice.
I have a dog race that I put on. It's called the Flagstaff Doggy Dash. And,
cool.
I give a portion of it to the local animal shelter because I love animals, cats especially, also dogs. But I had to I had to cater to the Flagstaff market because everyone runs with the dog here.
Yeah, that's cool. I
So yeah, I guess that's my boundless. I want to bring people together, put on events,
yeah,
but also that have a positive impact on the community.
yeah,
Like it's not all about, just getting attention and
yeah,
views.
yeah,
That just leads you to what fun stuff I want to do with the sport.
Yeah, totally. I totally could dig it. And dig it. So, okay, but I need to come on. I get it up my
I
game.
like that.
Yeah, but can you dig it? Yeah. So you're using your platform as a tool, or use it, your video as a platform to really to do more. And yeah, so that is great. Just
Exactly.
like. My goal to do the platform I have to do more and help serve in the community, and with like even with the job, my daytime job, working at PATH, working with homeless veterans, and stuff like that, and just things like that, and able to bring that into the midst with running, so
yeah, if you can support those causes, I think that's incredible because some people are kind of critical of. I see enough of this too. There's some running influencers who, they're kind of taking a different approach. It's kind of like clickbait stuff, or they want to get likes, and it's sort of almost like self-promotional, which, sometimes it can feel like that when you post about your races and running. But I try not to give that vibe off because it is about something bigger. But it's also tough line too, because sometimes if you're like rapping, especially going back to the raps, it's like kind of braggadocious where I say like, oh, I'm so fast, I'm so good, but it's really tongue-in-cheek. So
but have fun. You have fun with it,
true.
That's cool, So man.
But the point is, I think what you and I are doing, if you just look at just the posts and compare it to maybe a running influencer, it's just there's depth there, and there's something you can kind of get into, and I appreciate that. So I like fellow content creators like you, and that's why I link up with different people.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That means a lot. It does. Because when I first started it, I didn't know how to do it, what it would become. It's still got a long way to go, but it's great for the process out on right now. And able to connect with different people from different places. Now it's all the way to connect with, and just a simple country boy, trying to do something. It's kind of evolved its own, Yeah, so definitely.
Hey, so far so good. You're turning some heads.
Yeah, so definitely, just much gratitude, Hope I continue to stay in gratitude, for having this opportunity to do this, and connect with people like you.
Yeah, glad we could collab. Let me know. How we can work together in the future. If you ever get into some events, it's good to, I think that's another key thing. I think trail running community is a little bit better, but some brands compete against each other. Try to do something better, or set themselves apart. But you also, I think if you all collaborate and lift each other up, you're gonna,
definitely.
we're all gonna do better than like,
totally
they got a podcast you got an interview with so-and-so. I better go get an interview with them and then make it's all in good fun.
Yeah, definitely. Not a lot to collaborate, with people, definitely a lot to collaborate, do something together. That'd be awesome.
You're doing it. You've had some awesome guests, so I'm
Yeah.
glad I got to even, follow up some of the names you've had on recently. So pretty cool.
Yeah, so I just glad to have those people allow me to interview them.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, they never nothing special, just simple, I just enjoy doing what I'm doing, and I have the conversation, Yeah, so talk about running, talk about life, and so definitely. But before we go, do you have some bars, some rhymes you want to throw out right now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Kick it.
Always do.
Yeah.
Honestly, it gets tougher and tougher as I write more and more, because I'd say in the last 3 years, I've probably written like 200 songs. They might only be one verse, but I call it a song. I
Okay.
have like hundreds of songs, so it's almost like
Yeah, yeah,
I can cycle through them. Some of them blend together.
yeah, yeah,
Can do a freestyle,
yeah,
but
yeah.
based on kind of where our conversation went, I
Okay,
think I got some set bars that are kind of gonna fit in. So
okay.
do you mind if we see how the beat sounds on here?
Yeah, sure, sure.
About right, the right mix? Cool, let's go. All right, here we go. Yeah, check it. Pandemic dragging on, but I'm used to it. I really hate the news, yet I'm glued to it. When I need a break, I go and lace them up. When friends wanna run, you know I take them up. Yeah, life can be messy like some cursive. So keep your chin up, don't curse it. Swim, stay afloat, don't submerge, kid. You better not slack, put in work, kid. But we need more fun and a lot less care. So go outside and breathe that fresh air. Single track and beer, damn, that's the best pair. Gonna keep on running till there's no stress there. And you know I live my life like it's full send. Going out with the bang, not a dull end. Well, you get the point. These just metaphors. Hope you like the raps and are better for it. Yeah, good vibes only. Good vibes only. Along for the ride, we all just homies. Good vibes only. Good vibes only. Along for the ride, we all just homies. Cheers.
Yes, awesome, awesome. Good stuff, good stuff. So that's cool, that's cool.
Thanks,
Uh,
man.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Thank you for that, man. Thank you. And so, any last word you want to leave the Live Run Balance family? You know?
I mean, I don't think I can do much better than bars. I'd say if
Okay, okay,
you
that's all
want more
good.
content, Trail Gangstaz on all platforms. Work really hard on it. So I
Yeah, yeah,
appreciate just sharing and
yeah,
liking
yeah,
content. And
yeah.
better yet, if you stumble into the flag area, you can be part of our events. But I do have
No doubt.
feelers out where I can start getting events in different places. So stay
Okay,
tuned.
all
Yeah,
right.
Trail Gangstaz.
Oh yes, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Thank you, thank you for that. You know, it was great. I love this. I'm glad we gave able to hook up. You know, I did say wait to the next episode. You know, well, hey, you know, we here.
Woo!
Yeah, you know, so
Heck yeah.
holding that
Thanks for
time.
having me, Kenneth.
Yeah, no
Really
doubt.
appreciate it.
No doubt, no doubt, definitely. And thank you, Liv, Method 7. You know, at your trail running. Yes, definitely. Here we are doing it.
Yeah, next time we meet up, we'll wear the hat and we'll match our glasses. Sound
No,
like a
no,
plan?
no doubt. I like that. I like that plan.
Cool.
And yeah, so thank you, Live Run Balance family, for joining me in that episode of the Live Run Balance show, living a life beyond the boundary that you set on yourself. And thank you for Train Gangstaz for showing out just living on the boundary of trail running and changing the game up and changing the game up for years in the trail running world and being balanced with it. So thank you for that.
Hey, thanks for having me, Kenneth.
Yeah. Until next time, family.